Do you have a strategy for not running out of money in retirement? If not, you're in the right place. We might be able to help you. I'm Ann Babiars, and this is Weighted Financial Minute. I'm joined here by retired attorney Michael A. Babiars, and we're going to talk about this very issue. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Well, thank you. And this is a common one. Back when I was in private practice, I'd have a lot of folks come to me and say, I woke up in a cold sweat last night because I realized I'm 60 years old and I haven't planned for retirement. And they're panic stricken. And what I would say is, fear not. There are still things you can do. There are still things you can do to plan. There are things you can do to make sure you don't run out of money in retirement. And it really boils down to what I would say for a person in that predicament, 3 steps, 3 key steps. The first is, it may sound very simple, but rather than fretting about it or waking up in the middle of the night, commit to taking action. Because having the intention or the fear or the desire or the nervousness about an issue doesn't mean anything unless you commit to taking action. You need to have a plan that is more than just daydreaming about when you're going to retire or how that's going to look. So that's the first element. The second is, if you go, oh my gosh, I'm X number of years old and I didn't do the right steps. I'm feeling way behind. I had a lot of catastrophes. I had a lot of things going on. I'm not ready, but my clock is ticking. What can I do? And the second pointer I would say is that if you can you give us, or can you give yourself 5 years? 5 years. If you have 5 years, you can create a 5-year plan to transition into that next chapter in life called retirement. You've got 5 more years that you can put in doing what you do and preparing. As long as you commit to action, all hope is not lost. So if you commit to action and you have 5 years within which to create a plan to move forward to that, towards that next chapter in life, the third thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to suck it up and realize that for the next 5 years, you're either going to have to probably continue doing what you're doing, which means the job in which you currently find your place, the business that you currently run. And if, unfortunately, you kind of got pushed towards, let's say, early retirement because your job has disappeared or you got laid off or something else is going on, you're going to have to come up with something within the realm of trying to replace that for that 5-year window. But if you can do that, if you can commit to action, if you can give yourself a 5-year window, and if you can either keep on keeping on or replace what that keep on keeping on looked like, you can do it.
Wow, that's very positive. I love to hear that, and I'm sure the people that are awake at 3 in the morning every night worried about this very issue are happy to hear that too. And
And
remember,
there may be some awake now at 3 o'clock in the morning watching this video. Hopefully we're
yes,
helping them.
hopefully we are, and just to make sure that they have confidence in our abilities to help them, would you mind sharing a little bit about your background with the listeners?
Of course, because it's one thing to be positive, but you can be a positive idiot as well, right? You can be someone that has no knowledge and speak with a lot of conviction about a topic. Well, I do have some background and some knowledge about this topic because, as you mentioned up front, I'm retired from the practice of law. But the things I did when I was a practicing attorney revolved a lot around this issue because I dealt with estate planning, estate administration, elder law, asset protection planning, and corporate and business kinds of transactions. And a lot of my clients were in that pre-retirement, transition to retirement, and into retirement stages of life. So I've got a wealth of experience in helping people with these very issues. Now, being retired from the practice, I don't meet with clients anymore. I don't give legal advice anymore. But what I still do is teach, something I've been doing since my days in practice. I was actually a professor at a college, taught adult education classes, and I still teach. I still teach at private schools. I still teach at corporate events around these very issues. And so hopefully the little bit we're doing today on the show will provide some education and some help for the folks out there.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And remember, everyone, whether you have less than $5 or $1 billion or more, you really need to know a lot of what is in the course below this video called Protect Yourself and Your Assets, which has been created by Michael A. Babiars. And I'm sure that you will find a lot of valuable information in there. Remember, not planning is planning to fail. That's for sure. And we're from Chicago, so we always love to say plan early and plan often. For those of you from Chicago, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. And if you love this video, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you can see more updates on hot financial topics. Thank you so much, and thank you again, Michael, for joining me today on the show.